What's going on, folks? Welcome back to Gold Stake Gaming, where we just play a random Gold Stake deck every single day. Usually every single day. Sometimes we do, other things, but generally random Gold Stake deck every day. Let's hit the random deck button. We hit Zodiac again. That's kind of lame, but also I don't like Zodiac that much, and so I think I need some practice on Zodiac, so we'll run Zodiac. Zodiac, it's not a bad... No, I would say it's a bad deck. I'm not going to lie. I'll say it with my chest. I think Zodiac is a bad deck. The vouchers are cool, don't get me wrong. Overstock is incredibly powerful in particular, but Tarot Merchant is also very nice. The Planet Merchant is kind of buns, but it is what it is. Two, I would say, above average vouchers for one below average voucher. Decent trade. But outside of that, it doesn't give you anything tangible. You have all these other decks in the game. Like, even the most basic decks, like red deck and blue deck, still give you something that is very powerful right at the beginning of the game. +1 discard to see more cards and synergize more with discard effects. +1 hand for more money to see more cards, to scale your scaling jokers more, etc. and so on. And Zodiac is just like, it's Anaglyph light. I don't like Anaglyph deck because the double tags that are provided to you by Anaglyph deck, on Gold Stake specifically, you like almost never use them to an extent where like they actually matter. And so a lot of the times Anaglyph feels like a nothing burger. Zodiac is a lesser extent of that, but it's still like kind of the same thing. It makes your early game or your late game much stronger because you're seeing more cards, so you can, like, you know, the more cards you see, the more inevitable that it is, I guess, that you're going to see something that is really good for whatever particular strategy that you were playing, whether it's like, you know, more deck fixing for bigger hands or just like some kind of win condition that ties your build together. But the early game is still like not good, right? Like, okay, this shop is like a fantastic example. We have a Jupiter card, a Uranus card, a Hierophant. If I get scammed in this Buffoon pack, then we are immediately off to a horrible start because my early game is just like not good at all. Because, like, seeing more things in the shop doesn't necessarily guarantee me any strength, whereas, like I said, you know, there are other decks in the roster that will guarantee you strength. Ghost deck guarantees you, you know, a Polychrome Joker, which a lot of the times is very slept on. It's extremely powerful. And then, like, blue deck, red deck, yellow deck, like I said, their benefits. Even the decks that have some drawbacks, Painted deck subtracts a Joker slot, but you get, at the very beginning of the game, the +2 hand size, which makes your early game more stable, even though you have less jokers. So, like, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Zodiac. It's fun to shop, but it's not like inherently helpful by itself. Okay, here, so we could have taken the Jupiter card there, and I think that would have been a fine play, but I like to gamble on the booster pack more, because if your booster pack has literally anything that you can take, then I would say that's just better than taking a Jupiter card. Jupiter card's a fine line, so I would not be mad at people who say the Jupiter card is better there. We do get rewarded for the gamble. We get a foil anti-1 rocket, which is going to be immensely powerful. So that is incredible for us. Let's play the flush. I believe with foil this doesn't get out, right? Oh, it just barely does. Okay, not even barely. 500 points. That's not too bad. Okay. $8. I could take a hallucination. The thing with Zodiac is that we see more tarot cards anyway. If this was Eternal, I would maybe even consider it. Just because I think hallucination is a fantastic joker. I think anything that generates you tarot cards as consistently as hallucination can is just fantastic. But like probably as an Eternal rental, I don't want it this early. And then also on the Zodiac deck specifically, we have the Overstock and Tarot Merchant vouchers, so I'm already seeing more tarot cards than average. So maybe this is like not super worth it as an Eternal rental. Arrowhead's perishable, so I'm never considering it. Uranus, I mean, with the foil rocket, the idea is still paramaxing, right? Do I take the Buffoon pack here? I think I don't need to take the Buffoon pack here, but I think I would like to, just because a Molt Joker kind of sets me up for the entire game. Could also, okay, another consideration here that I might run. We do have an Overstock Plus. We only have $10 to our name, but we have Rocket Anti-1, especially with foil, so that it contributes to our scoring a little bit. That is like a great econ piece at the end of the day. So this is not a route that I would normally even consider taking unless I was doing like Balatro multiplayer, just because Overstock Plus is so goated in BMP. But here, I could definitely see the Overstock Plus angle just to see even more cards in the shop. I think let's do it, honestly. We have a Sly Joker that gives us a bunch of money, effectively. I think that is a perfectly fine route to go down. I think I want to kick us off with a 2-pair. Just to have some points in the bank, and then that way I can start drawing for like a flush here, or we have the straight right here. But the point with the 2-pair is that if I like start drawing for the flush and then I just whiff it or something, at least we have some points in the bank to where we maybe aren't as probable, so to speak, of dying. Where it isn't as probable for us to die. That's maybe a better way of phrasing that. Boss says -1 hand size. We have handy tag or orbital on straight flushes. Probably I don't care about either of those. Could take a rental bus. I think if this was non-rental, this would be a snap pick. As a rental, it's a little troublesome, like maybe this much, because it's still like a really good scaling Joker at the beginning of the game, and the rental fee matters a bit less when we have an Econ Joker. But the idea with a rental bus is that if we didn't have this Econ Joker, maybe we don't want it because we're spending money scaling hands, and then we're also spending money with the rental fee. But I think with Foil Rocket, probably we're fine to take this bus. I would like this Wasteful voucher at some point, but seeing as we have a Foil Rocket and a bus, we're probably looking to play like a pair angle. And I don't think Wasteful is like super necessary for pairs. It helps because of like blue seals and gold cards and all that kind of stuff. But like if I am unable to take the Wasteful voucher, it wouldn't be like the end of the world, so to speak. I would care, but like not that much. How much is just straight high card getting me with +1 molt? 126, that's not too good. I can play this straight, and then I have 8-7. I could maybe line myself up for another straight on the backswing. I think that's a lot to ask for, but at this point, I don't really need that many points. I think pair of 10s does it. No, I can play the flush just to be more consistent in case the pair of 10s doesn't do it. I believe it would have, but flush guaranteed does it, so why not just play the flush? Okay, we get our money back. I have Smiley Face. Well, that doesn't really work with the bus, so I don't want that. I have Justice. The only cards that I care about getting rid of are faces. So Justice wants me to score faces to get rid of them. That doesn't really work. Throwback is stickerless, but I don't plan on skipping here. And I think if I don't plan on skipping here, then Throwback is just never worth. We could take a Uranus card. I think I don't need to do that. I think let's just save our money. We'll go next again. Pretty decent flush angle here. Let's go for the hearts. We do get a flush, but it contains a face card. So I think I'm just going to hit him with one of these. And then we can just see what we need to do from there. Could go aces and 5s. That seems fine. And then we have another straight. That's not too bad. Okay. Much more money that time. $9. We have an Eternal Rental Baron. Not a huge fan of that. Tower card could be some consideration, but we have enough chips. I think we just need more molt scoring, so I think I don't want that. Yeah, I mean, with a rental tag, a lot of these packs are just like expensive. I'm missing out on a lot of pack value, but I kind of just want to get to interest cap because these two jokers are going to be completely fine if we get like one more molt piece. There's some consideration with the Faceless Joker. So the combo Faceless Joker Ride the Bus might seem intuitive to most because Ride the Bus is like, oh, you don't want to be playing face cards, and Faceless is you want to be getting rid of face cards, so that seems intuitive because like, oh, this doesn't want me playing them and this wants me getting rid of them, so they have like the same objective in mind. Ow, my hand really hurts. I think I'm developing like carpal tunnel, like unironically. My wrist has been dead for like 2 weeks. Anyway, but it seems like they have an overlapping goal because like, oh, I don't like face cards. I like face cards, but I like you getting rid of face cards. But in actuality, when you're playing Ride the Bus, you want to be playing like pairs and stuff like that. just to be spamming more hands so that you're scaling the Ride the Bus more. And so when you're playing spammy hands like that, oftentimes I think it's a lot better to just cycle your face cards out. Like if you're playing a pair of 8s to cycle to scale the Ride the Bus, you want to get rid of like a queen, a jack, and a 4 with your other 3 cards in that hand, and then that way you don't have to deal with them, because then if you run out of like discards, then you might be forced to play face cards, which feels awkward. I think we could probably take this and be fine. I think we don't need to, but I kind of want to get above interest cap so that this rental is less troublesome. And like absolute worst case scenarios, this gets no value. We're also going into Monoclay actually, which is -1 hand size, so it's even less probable that this gets value. Maybe I actually don't want this. I could foresee a world where I buy this Monoclay, it gets no value, small blind, it gets no value, and then I just end up selling it at a $2 loss. I think low-key I don't take it. Me top decking 3 face cards. Okay, we actually didn't, so that's cool. Let's ship the pair. There was also a wasteful voucher in that shop, so maybe that was some consideration, was like a wasteful faceless angle, but faceless just feels too awkward with Ride the Bus. It's like the same thing as parking Ride the Bus. Parking Ride the Bus seems intuitive because like you don't want to be playing face cards, so it's fine if you hold them in hand, but like actually no, it's not, because if you hold them in hand, you miss out on hands that Ride the Bus wants you to play, and then sometimes you're forced to play face cards. Same thing with Shoot the Moon. So I just don't like stuff like that. I don't know. Probably it's fine. I would say usually it's fine, but it just creates a lot of awkward tension that doesn't need to be there, right? I think we're fine to go next without any additional score. I might just take this foil Onyx Agate and then sell it mid-blind. Could take the Mega Arcana. I really want to take the Mega Arcana, but that's kind of bad for the rental. What am I expecting out of this Mega Arcana? I guess gold cards, because we're playing like spammy hands, so I can keep a lot of cards in hand if I'm playing like pair or high card. So gold cards would be cool, and then like Hermit would be 19 bucks. That would be really good. Temperance kind of blows. Temperance is like what? Probably 4 bucks. Temperance is 5 bucks. Yeah, Temperance is not that good. I think I just go next. Could take a Celestial pack, actually, since I'm blocking Mars. Yeah, let's take a Celestial pack here. Okay, and we do get a Mercury level. That's pretty nice, actually. Okay, let's go next. I should have taken the Agate there. There was literally no reason not to, but I think we're still fine. Okay, we're actually scoring much better than I thought we were going to be. -$5, punished for not taking Faceless. Ship the pair of 10s. Okay, we don't win there. That's actually kind of perfect, though, because that allows me to scale the bus more. I'm wondering if I should be throwing some high cards out to just scale the bus. I think with foil, high card is probably pretty comparable in scoring, though, right? Mail-in is really good, because this just wants me discarding, like, any rank at random for money, as opposed to Faceless wants me discarding 3 faces. I think the mail-in is a very good gambit here. Probably we go mail-in wasteful, honestly. Just to maximize the money that mail-in gives me. Kind of want the Magician card, but I think when we're at 16 bucks, we just go next, even with a mail-in. Okay, immediate payout for the mail-in. Also punished again for not taking Faceless. Let's go 2 pair, cycle the Queen out, looking for more 2s. That's 1,500 points. That's not too bad. We can play the Full House here. I believe this doesn't get me out, but I believe it gets me close. I think this puts me within 1 hand. Yeah, so I can cycle this, and then I have 1 more discard. We don't end up finding anything that matters. Maybe I just do this because I believe a pair gets me out. Maybe this high card doesn't get me out, and I can maybe get some more mail-in money. High card didn't get me out, but it didn't get me more mail-in money. Honestly, we only had 1-2 in the deck. That was a bit of a questionable play, but fortune favors the bold sometimes. Okay. Mail-ins on kings, we're tossing those anyway usually, so that's pretty nice. Wow, this is a really nice shop, actually, because I can take this Mercury card. Probably we're just locked into pairs. I can take this Mercury card. We're blocking Pluto and Uranus in the shop, so I can take this Celestial pack. And now this Celestial pack has a higher chance of having a Mercury card. Honestly, I'm going to take the Strength here, and that can maybe help me get some more queens in the deck for mail-in. or kings in the deck for Malin. I'm just thinking about strengthening queens, which is why I said queens. And I can take the spectral pack here too. Spectral yields sigil Ankh. I think literally none of these matter. So here's the thing with sigil, actually. We have goad right here. This is like giga min-maxing. This more than likely does not matter whatsoever. But this is like giga min-maxing. We have the goad right here, and we pulled our spades king. Well, this guy's going to be debuffed if we hit it with Malin. So if we hit this guy with Malin, we're going to get no money. If we sigil here, we have a 3 in 4 chance that this king is no longer spades, which is a 3 in 4 chance for Malin to give us more money this specific round. Since we're, again, probably does not matter whatsoever, but since we're playing pairs, we really aren't going to care what suit any of our cards are. So I think we just rip the sigil here and hope for anything but spades, and we get clubs. So now we can discard that king for an extra $5. I like that play. I don't see it mattering at all, but I like that play. Let's go. So I can't play a high card. No, I can play a high card here because debuffed face cards do not count as face cards. So I can play a high card here to save Malin value. I think with a level 4 pair, if I just follow this up with 3 pairs, probably that's fine. So let's ship this. Yeah, debuffed faces don't count as faces, so that doesn't crash our bus. Let's go for the pair of 8s. How much does this pair score? 27 hundo? Yeah, so we're just fine to keep playing pairs. Let's go pair of 2s, and then I have 2 3s, 2 5s, 2 6s, 2 9s, 2 10s. So I have 2 copies of literally everything in my hand, so I'll just cycle the lowest cards. And then next pair gets me out. Now I just use, okay, I'll keep the pair of 10s, and then I just use all of my discards for mail-in rebate. Okay, we only... So we didn't find... We found one of our clubs kings, so maybe the sigil mattered. But we didn't find any queens outside of the spades queen, which is debuffed. So we didn't end up getting to use our strength efficiently, but that's fine. Ideally, the mail-in hits aces so that I can strength kings, and then that way I get more money from the mail-in, and I also get some faces out of my deck. That would be like absolute best case scenario. The bootstraps here is not the worst play in the world. I'm gonna be honest. If we're just pair maxing, we have a foil rocket from ante 1 that's gonna be giving us like buku bucks. Bootstraps is a card that I normally don't enjoy too much, but Bootstraps with like 1 X-Molt Joker kind of just carries this entire game. It is a little awkward here though, because I'm seeing a lot that I want to buy in the shop, specifically this Telescope voucher. And this Mega Arcana pack, that's already 18 bucks. But if I buy this Telescope voucher, then probably I also want the Celestial pack. So Bootstraps is like a little troublesome, but I think it's probably fine. Let's go Telescope voucher. Let's go Jumbo Celestial for the pair. Let's go Mega Arcana. I didn't even see that Uranus is our most played hand. It's by 1, so I could have actually gotten like Giga punished there, but whatever. Could hang faces instead of getting money. Honestly, with a mail-in rocket, I kind of like the idea of just hang 'em fool here. I would even be down for fooling Mercury and then hanging him. I think maybe that's slightly better, but I think we don't need any money here. I think we hang faces, and that gives us better chances at good mail-in hits, and it also gives us less face cards in the deck. Do I want this Bootstraps? I think it's not necessary, but I think it could make our life easier. We have... Mail-in is getting 1 less round of value because we have the water as our next boss, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. Bootstraps here is only 8 molt, too, which kind of blows. But, like, with a rocket mail-in combo, I don't hate it. We also have Tarot Merchant. We're seeing more tarot cards. So that's more chances for, like, Hermit's Temperances. Let's pick them up. Okay, looking for 8s for the mail-in. Let's cycle our face cards out. I almost just hit discard. 5,600 points for a pair. So I'm scoring, dare I say, too much. Let's go for one of these. I can keep 7s in case I get another 7, and then I can just strength 7s. Got a discard here so that I don't play the faces. That's okay. Let's play. So this pair wins. So I only have one discard left. I think I'm going to do this, and that hangs a face and also gives me more immediate mail-in value. And then I can ship the high card maybe just to get more bus value. More bus scaling. And then let's ship the pair to just keep it in my telescope. Okay. Not too bad. Extra 7 clams from the rocket. Extra 5 from interest. License being at 0 makes it a weird pickup here, but if we can put it online, it's just kind of an auto win. Because then we have a ×3, then all we need to do is just keep bootstraps healthy and like not spend that much money, which I think is somewhat feasible. The issue is there's a kind of a conflict of interest because license being at 0 means I'm kind of wanting to spend a bunch of money to try and get enhanced cards in my deck, whereas bootstraps wants me to save all that money. I think let's look in both of these packs before I decide on the driver's license. So this has a lucky 10 that I could get. It also has a hollow 7, but I think I wouldn't take it because the 7's not enhanced. Sure, we can do that. Should have taken the Arcana pack first, maybe. We had a Hermit card. Let's take the speculative license. I'm fine with that. We'll go one more. This is so awkward. I'm already regretting the speculative license, but it's not, in fairness, it's not that much work to turn it on, right? I don't know why I was going to discard faces there. I can just do this, and that doesn't crash bus. 7,000 points. The next pair wins. We can toss another 5. Now I just play, I guess, high card, scale the bus, and I can find more rebate hits. Run it back. Okay, we did not find more rebate hits. I have no value in the deck, so there's no point in cycling. We just ship the pair as our last hand. Money hit! Damn. Tragic. That's okay. Okay, so rebate is on the chopping block now because it's not getting any value from this point forward because it's perishable, and this next blind is the water. So we can kill Malin for something is what I'm getting at. He is murderable right now. What do I want from this pack, honestly? Honestly, like, kind of nothing. I think I just keep Hermit my Fool there. Feels a little awkward, but with another Arcana pack, yeah. Could make a gold card here. I think Hermit's probably just better. No, gold card is, right? Because of the license. Make like a gold ace, gold 10. Maybe even Magician, just for more license. Oh, I forgot we had license. No, I should have taken Hierophant in that last pack. Yo, I low-key just completely fumbled the license. Okay, Emperor is like really good there for turning on license. I'm just gonna sell this rebate immediately. Let's go lucky ace. Let's pop the Emperor and just hope that it gives us enhancements. So it doesn't. So I'm just gonna play this. Ship the pair. Ship the pair. And then one more gets us out. I can ship high card pair so that I can get bus value. There's lucky cards that I can look for in the deck, so I guess I'm just going to ship the full 5 high card. We do not get to see if we would have gotten lucky card value, but that's okay. If we don't ship a high card, we're fine into this next blind, and also we're going to have more money for bootstraps, so we're like kind of turbo chilling. Magician is cool. I don't have room. I'm intelligent. Let's go Arcana pack first. Empress is cool. Emperor is a gamble. Hermit is more money for the bootstraps and to roll into enhancements. Let's go for the Hermit card. Let's sell you. Let's go for the Magician. Let's pop. I'm going to hold off on Recyclemancy because it's not necessary right now, but if we get like seals, it would be kind of cool. Let's add a Molt card to the deck. Normally kind of a bad play, but with licensed pairs, I think it's completely acceptable. Take a Temperance. Yet another Eternal Matador. What's our boss? Faces drawn face down. I think I don't care about that. Go for another Temperance. That's wild chop luck. I can sell you for the Chariot. Now my consumable slots are full, so probably I just want to go next. I can enhance you guys immediately with Lucky. I don't want to play the flush, so I'll cycle the 3. Almost crashed bus. That would have been tragic. Let's go pair of aces. I think I'm going to do this real quick. Okay, license is half online. We'll discard for lucky cards. W mouse freaking out. Okay, we do get some lucky cards, so I'll ship. Should I just ship high card into pair? Let's just ship pair. Save the extra leftover hand money. I think that's completely fine. Rocket is paying off dearly. Let's go devil card for an enhancement. Let's go standard pack. I'll take glass can break, right? So I feel like that's worse than steel for just trying to get a license online. Let's go with the steel. Let's go with the lucky card. I don't want the face either. Looking for enhancements. I can take a judgment. Judgment gives me spaceman. That's actually really nice. Wow, W judgment. That's actually like a phenomenal judgment for us. I ain't gonna lie. Let's do one of these. Immediate payment. Payout. I wanted to say payment, and then my brain rotated to payout, and I said payout. That's huge. We also got a lucky trigger, like a money trigger, which is fantastic. Let's do one of these. This is looking a little scary for boss blind, because I'm not really making enough points to get out of that. So I will need some additional score of some kind. I.e., I need my license to turn on, like right meow. Okay, we get the pair of 10s. I'm going to enhance you with the Jold, and then we'll ship you. Nice. Pay the rental fee. I need 5 enhancements to turn on the license. That seems feasible in the shop. That seems a lot more feasible now. Get the Empress card. Let's go into the Buffoon. I think the Bootstraps was a bad play in retrospect, but that's fine. Let's go Celestial so that I can up my pair level. Roll down. I can Hungman. Duo is nice. I think we get out a Glorp for Duo, honestly. I can sacrifice a Hungman right now for an Emperor. Actually, probably I didn't need to do that because Duo is ×2 to our score. Our scoring's fine. I should have kept the Hungman there. But now I maybe can just turn on the license, which makes my life a lot easier. We get Strength Fool. I think I am going to Fool for an Emperor here, and then Strength I can use on just random bum-ass face cards. I have 3 Kings in the deck, so I can Strength Kings, potentially. Let's go pair gaming. I feel like I've seen a disproportionate amount of rares, which I know is like, you know, I know it's Zodiac, so we're seeing more cards, but like, even with that aside, I feel like I've seen so many rares this game for some reason. This has to be a Queen, Jack, or King since it's face down, so this is a pair. Pair's 25,000 points. I was not peeping that. I think I'm just going to strength both of these, honestly. Okay. Ew. Okay. Cool. I have a gold card that I can hunt for and or lucky cards. Aside from that, I don't really care about anything in any value in particular in my deck. Okay, we don't find the gold card or the lucky cards, and I think it's kind of a moot point to waste hands looking for them. So let's just get out. Rocket's giving us buku bucks. Cash out 23. Midas would be cool if I was not rocking a plus 40 bus. Ox kind of sucks, but it's not the end of the world by any means. Let's go Mercury card. Let's go Magician card. Let's go Mercury card. Let's go Jumbo Arcana. I have a death card that I can use, so my license is turned on now. Pog, pog, pog. Let's go Magician to these 4s, and then let's hang a queen and turn it into a lucky 10. And now license is online. And now we're just kind of gaming, right? Now I just discard everything to look for value because probably I win in one hand. There's 2 lucky cards. That's pog. I guess I can ship this to get some bust value and also trigger some lucky cards potentially. Dude, my mouse is a D1 rage baiter. I know I've been talking about this in like all the videos, but my mouse is so fucked and it's like double clicking for literally no reason. And I know damn well that it's going to make me crash a bus in one of these videos. But today is not going to be that day. Mark my words. Because I've acknowledged it. But in a video where I don't acknowledge it, it's going to happen because it's not going to be fresh in my mind and I'm going to be pissed. But that's okay. The journey of having a 5-year-old mouse. Okay, we opened both of the Celestial packs for pair levels. I think now that we have ×6 worth of molt, probably our most efficient path to victory is just take Celestial packs and then try and juice Bootstraps as much as possible. So probably we just don't spend any money. And we can also look for like value cards in the deck, like our luckies and stuff like that. I think we do this because we have lots of lucky 10s, never punished. We have a lucky 5 as well that I think we haven't hit. I am correct, Mundo. I guess we have a lucky 4 as well. We have more lucky 4s. So let's do this. I actually don't know how much this gets. $20! Oh, we're making 116k per pair. Okay, never mind. That's literally endgame score type shit. That is literally as many points as we need to beat any boss except for Vessel at this point. So we're kind of chilling. We're playing pairs, so I will take random gold. Let's take the Spectral. I could Cryptid a lucky card, but I think I'm just going to put a gold seal on you. If I was playing Hologram, then I just Cryptid there all day. Oops, I forgot the boss. I have a foil with ×6 molt and a lot of plus molt. I feel like I can dodge losing money here if I just use all of my hands efficiently. Do I have levels in anything else? No, so maybe not. How much does this score, though? I feel like maybe there's a chance that I can dodge. Yeah, okay, I can definitely dodge. If I ship this gold card right here, this is foil. I can play this 2-pair, and then I can dodge losing my money or, like, crashing my bus or anything. We're chilling. We're chilling is what I'm trying to say. Rocket low-key carried, but Rocket, like, always carries. And now we have Director's Cut, so this run is just solved because I'm making enough points to beat anything except Vessel. And if that's still the case and we decide to run into Vessel, now I just have reroll voucher and we can just say goodbye to Vessel. So it's a solved game. Now we just keep rolling. Probably I could reroll this boss. I don't even know if it's necessary, but I might do it anyway. I have a blue seal, and probably this pair wins in one, so I think I just full discard here. Okay, we found more luckies and a gold card. Does this win? I don't know if the high card wins, so I'm just going to play a pair because it scores more lucky cards. Get the molt trigger, not the money trigger. Get some gold. Bang. Sock my Buskin. Let's go Celestial pack. For the Mercury card, let's take you. Let's go into the Arcana pack. We have a $15 Temperance. I'm fine with that. Let's continue to go next. So what's our loss condition here? Crashing bus, right? That's literally the only thing that makes us lose. Or I guess if I roll this particular boss into I, maybe we make like just barely enough points where that could be troublesome. But I think even I right here is probably not the biggest deal in the world. So I think literally my only loss condition is just me being a mega buffoon pack and crashing my ride the bus. 2 Celestial packs. That's immensely helpful. Mucho chips. Mucho chips. You'll love to see it. W telescope voucher. This bro, I cannot like reiterate enough how much this rocket carried this entire run. We'll keep the 10 because I think we have more lucky 4s. I could have used steel here. I think it matters, like, marginally. I'm just going to do this because I score the gold seal and high card doesn't have a level. On that note, I'm just going to full discard. Could play a flush here as well just to score some more lucky cards. And by more lucky cards, I mean one more lucky card, but, like, that's still worth, right? We'll rock the flush. Doesn't crash my bus. Okay, we got 2 molt triggers. No money, but that's completely fine. Yeah, now it's a solved game. What hurts the most here? Crimson Heart is bad, but Crimson Heart's still, like, very doable. Okay, I think Crimson Heart is the most awkward for us, honestly. Because if we get Vessel, we just re-roll. And any other boss is, like, a joke. But Crimson Heart is, like, I don't want to re-roll it, because if I re-roll it into Vessel, that's an issue. But Crimson Heart, if we get, like, Giga bad luck, could also be an issue in and of itself. So I think that's like the boss that we least wanted to see, but that's okay. I don't think it's the biggest deal in the world. I'm just gonna rip 2 wheels here for some polychrome. Damn. Mercury and the Priestess. It's over. All right, let's go next. I don't even know why I took a reroll there. In honesty, let's go. Let's just discard, man. I gotta find my value cards. So far, not looking too good. Okay. I have 2 lucky 10s. That's good enough. Can cycle an 8 as well. Nice. 297 with a molt trigger. Bang. Mercury card. Hello, Wee. Wee cameo. Wee's a bit of a silly goose. I like him. Got another pair level cooking. Let's go Arcana pack. We get a Hermit card. Let's go next. I think with the additional planet levels and with the additional molt from Bootstraps, probably we're fine on Crimson Heart. I think if it bounces between our X-Molt Jokers, we could be in a bit of a pickle here. But the odds of that, I think it would specifically have to bounce between just these 2 for every hand, and the odds of that happening are, like, astronomically with us, so to speak. Pretty low odds of that being the case. I think we'd rip this for the blue seal. I have 1 more gold card, and I'm not planning on scoring any of these luckies, and I don't need steel to win, so let's rip 1 more discard here. Tragic, but that's okay. Rip the blue seal and the gold seal value. Pop this Mercury before we go into the shop so I can see it. Nope. Don't want anything there. I mean, honestly, I could take the Steel Joker over the Rocket, and probably it's more beneficial. Rocket is less than a times 1.4, right, in terms of chips, and I don't care about the econ. So I guess for Giga min-maxing here, I take the Steel Joker. There could also be a Chariot in this pack, in which case I always take the Steel Joker. Okay, that's... yeah, that works too. Classic. Classic. I guess I'm taking the Steel Joker. I guess I'm taking the Steel Joker. Justice could also be helpful in the case of Crimson Heart screwing us over. Let's just do this and look for Steel and see if we can't still win in the 1 bomb. Is that all my Steel in my deck? I don't know how much Steel I have. That is literally all of my Steel. Molt trigger. Okay. If License wouldn't have gotten debuffed. I think if it would have debuffed literally anything else there, we would have been big chillin', but that's okay. Ship another pair. And we're out. Not too shabby, chat. Not too shabby. Turns out a foil rocket anti-1 is incredibly beneficial to making sure that you are rich. Who would have thought? Surely not me. Anyway, pretty painless gold stake run. Chat, I appreciate y'all for watching. As always, many thanks. If you have any decks, any mods, any challenges that you want to see me play, be sure to let me know in the comments. Aside from that, tune into streams every day except Sunday at 11 p.m. Central. And I'll catch you later. Stay safe. Sleep well. and have a good one, chat. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Love you guys. Thank you for watching. Treat others nicely. That starts with yourself. That starts with yourself. Holy hell. Peace out, lads.